Well, obviously, we haven't been on the field since Saturday, but so we're getting some guys, I hope, rested and healthy. We've been a little bit banged up, and it's not the time to be banged up to go on the road in this league. Obviously, Tennessee is playing extremely well. They have some older guys. The Moberg kid, if the season ended today, he's probably the conference player of the year, maybe the national player of the year. With the way that he's playing is going to create a lot of issues for us. They've obviously pitched it very well, and they're a very good team at home. So we're going to have our work cut out for us going up there, probably not full strength. Obviously with Tyler out and TJ's been banged up, and so we got some other guys battling some nicks and bruises as well. So, but we've had some good workouts and we've had some good practices, and I think guys are on the mend, and so we're excited about starting conference play. It's the ultimate challenge in college baseball, and the first of 10 very, very difficult weekends is upon us, and we're excited about the opportunity, and yet very respectful of the challenges that are ahead of us.
What is the latest on?
No, that's not. Tyler probably not. Will not travel with us. TJ will be a decision I'll make tomorrow. A lot of that depends on how he feels today. I don't know if he'll be able to play the outfield this week, even if he does go. It might be whether I take him as a pinch hitter type or DH type. I'm not counting on him being 100%, this weekend in any capacity. That being said, we'll work out today, and we'll see how he feels today on the practice field as well as tomorrow when he wakes up.
What's the latest on LT?
LT's fine. He's banged up. I hadn't let him swing the bat much this week, just trying to rest it, because if you get a jam job on a cold day, that thing will re-aggravate the injury that he has. So we're taking it very careful. Very, very conservative with him, but I anticipate him being 100% ready to go this weekend.
When do you expect to have Tyler back? Any idea?
We'll see. We'll reevaluate it next week. When the injury occurred, in my mind, or when I was informed of the injury and the diagnosis, I knew it was anywhere from a 3 to 4 week type deal. We'll see how he feels next week. But that being said, if he starts throwing next week, which playing catch or whatever, I don't know if that makes him available for the weekend. So maybe we're looking at the third weekend of SEC play is the best case scenario. But we'll see.
Is this soreness elbow or forearm?
No, it's a forearm. Everything is good. We're going to be extremely careful with him. He's maybe a first-round draft pick, and we're not going to push him back until he's 100%. And I just couldn't sleep with myself if I'm trying to nudge him back. That's not the right thing to do. But he's fine. Everything's structurally sound. The doctor just wants the soreness to get out of there before he starts his throwing back. And once you start your throwing back, you need, a bullpen or two, and that takes some time. And then you have to see how you feel after a bullpen. So it's going to be a very, conservative approach that we take with him. And but everything's fine with his elbow, his forearm, his ligaments, all that's, he's structurally sound. And it's just making sure that the tenderness that he's experienced is gone.
Who are some guys you're going to need to step up with him out? And is Cody maybe a guy that you can throw on the weekend? So,
well, obviously we're going to take Cody this weekend because we didn't play in the middle of the week, and it's another arm that we certainly can use. And I like the way that he's throwing. We had a simulated scrimmage yesterday, and he threw well. And I think he's getting confidence. He's getting some experience under his belt. He's feeling good about himself right now. He's certainly a guy that we can use on the weekend if we need him.
Coach, how about the bounce back for John Park after the start he really didn't want, but he comes in relief?
Right. That was really, really good to see. And he's certainly a guy with the experience that we can use in the bullpen, and we can bring him in to face a lefty or two in conference play, if not more. And, we have some capable guys, and he's certainly very, very capable. All he needs is some confidence and some experience. He developed some confidence with his last outing that he had. And we're certainly going to call on him. We're going to need him. Without Tyler, you need a lot of folks to step up. And, Reagan and Coley Bowers and Reed Scott we feel great about. But it can't just be those three. We have to have a couple other guys, Colby Lee, John Park. Somebody else has got to step up to help us in the back of the end of the bullpen, and John's certainly in that conversation.
The wins that you guys have picked up since the Clemson series, has it sort of re-energize, re-energize the guys, maybe reestablish some confidence?
Yeah, I mean, we had a good week, and going 4-0 and winning some games against some pretty good teams is makes our guys feel better about themselves. And but they understand that it's a long season, and it's not necessarily how you start. The most important games are in front of us, and obviously the league games are of utmost importance. And our guys feel good about themselves right now, and I think if we get healthy, they'll even feel better about themselves. And that's just the process we're kind of going through right now. But I think the good thing is, for the majority of our games that are in front of us, we'll have a healthy team. And but right now, we just have to get through this next week or two, and hopefully we'll be 100% for the stretch run.
Chad, would you have liked to play those 2 games that were postponed, especially before conference play, or did you like sort of having the time off for your players?
Well, you'd always like to play. When you have a little winning streak going on and you're feeling good about yourself, you love to get back on the field. But that being said, we have been a little bit banged up. So I hope we look back on this little, week off that we think it really helped us. I don't think there's any way right now to say if it's going to help us or not. We just need to get back out on the field and play well, and we'll try to do that on Friday night against a really good Tennessee team.
You guys got off to a really good start last year in conference play. Just how important is that to kind of get off to a good start?
Well, it's tough. It's a tough league to play uphill against. You just try to, keep your head above water as best you can, and then hopefully you get on a little bit of a winning streak at some point during the year and get some separation from being, in the 500 range. But we've done it both ways. We've gotten off to good starts. We've gotten off to bad starts. I believe 2012, the year we went to the College World Series, we were maybe 3-7 at one point. So we've done both. But it's no fun in this league playing uphill. I can tell you that. It's important to try to get off to a good start. And but that being said, it's a heck of a challenge to try to get off to a good start when you go on the road in this league.
Coach, how about putting Busher in the dugout, spending more time with the hitters, seems to be paying off?
Well, I hope so. Brian has a wealth of knowledge, and he sees things a lot different than a lot of people do because of his experience, not only as a player here, but his experience in professional baseball and as a big leaguer. And it's much easier for him to relay that information and share some of the information that he's picking up if he's in the dugout. And I think it's been a big help, and our guys are confident right now. We've swung the bat pretty well the last few games, and hopefully that's been a good move for us.
Have you kept up with the conference some, and what have you seen from, I guess, in preseason from some of the league teams?
Well, I think it's going to be the same as always. There's a lot of parity in college baseball. I think if you look nationwide, take out the SEC, there's a lot of teams beating up on each other. You don't see, you see some teams 15-1 and 16-0, but not as many probably as in the past. And and it's this league though. Tennessee's off to a great start. Missouri's off to a great start. LSU's going to be one of them at the end of the day, one of the most dominant teams in college baseball. Florida as well. They had a big win last night. The league is. Coming to the end of the season, it'll be probably the number 1 league in college baseball. It usually always is, and but there's a lot of games to be played, and I think each team probably in our league, with the exception maybe of Missouri and Tennessee, have had a few bumps along the way. But that being said, you play 56, and there's some awfully good teams and some awfully good players in this league. It's going to be tough to score on Fido at Florida. I don't think Poche at LSU's even given up a run. And we all know how good their Friday night guy is, and he's throwing on Saturday. So it's, there's a lot of tough teams, a lot of big-time challenges in front of us, and our schedule is awfully difficult. But we just got to take one step at a time. And, going on the road Friday at Tennessee presents a big enough challenge for us not to worry about what's down the road.
What's the difference in Tennessee this year that they played years past?
Well, I think they're pitching it better. They got some young arms that they're relying on. They're throwing extremely well. The Lingenfelter kid who we tried to get has got a great arm, and he's throwing extremely well. But they have some experience. It's like they have some leadership. Moberg was going to be one of their best players last year, and before he went down with a knee injury. And so I guarantee you he's probably a heck of a leader and has been a big-time influence on all their young players. But they're pitching it. They're playing defense. They're not walking anybody. And, with Moberg and some of their older hitters, Santiago, and, they had a young man that led the league in RBIs last year. He's back. And so it's going to be a heck of a challenge. I just think they're playing very, very clean baseball right now. It starts with pitching and defense, but that being said, they also have maybe the player that's got off to the best start from a position player standpoint in our league, and he's going to be tough to deal with.
You expect Will to be particularly amped up going back home?
Well, Will's always amped up. It doesn't matter who we're playing. I'm sure it's going to be a little special for him to throw in Knoxville. But we just need Will to be Will and not make more out of it than it is. It's a start in SEC play, and which he's excited enough about, whether it would be playing here or whether we be playing, at LSU or Florida. He's going to be amped up and ready to go. But I know he'll have a lot of people there that he knows, and I hope he can stay focused on what's going on between the white lines. And if he does, he'll do fine. But yeah, I'm sure it's a meaningful start for him.
Have you done anything towards rescheduling those two?
We're working on it big time with a lot of different teams, and made some calls, and we're just trying to find some common dates. And the Furman game is important for us to go back there because it's a contract game, and we it's important for us to play in the upstate. And I think it's important for Furman to play both Clemson and us at home. And so we're going to try like crazy to find a common date that can happen. And then we have another one to make up that we've asked a number of schools in the state, to see if we can look on a date, and hopefully we can have something announced here in the next 10 days on that. It's one of the teams that we reached out to, and finding the common date's the challenge. And but yeah, we've reached out to a number of schools in the state, and I don't think there's not many that we haven't, because playing 56 is very important to us.
That would be a home game for you. You're strictly home game.
Yeah, if we lose a home game, you like to play a home game, and that's kind of the plan going in. We lost the Furman game, which is a road game, and we're trying to make that one up. But we have a number of teams that are interested in playing us, but we'll see kind of how that shakes out as we go forward. All right, thank you guys.